A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus set out and went away to the region of Tyre and Sidon. He entered a house and did not want anyone to know he was there. Yet he could not escape notice. But a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit immediately heard about him, and she came and bowed down at his feet. Now the woman was a Gentile of Syrophoenician origin. She begged him to cast the demon out of her daughter. Jesus said to her, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs." But she answered him, "Sir, even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." Then he said to her, "For saying that, you may go. The demon has left your daughter." So she went home, found the child lying on the bed, and the demon gone.
We continue to journey during these weekdays with Mark's Gospel. In our Gospel passage, Jesus does another healing miracle. However, it is the conversation between the woman and Jesus that is most telling about this passage. Consider what has happened in Jesus' ministry already. Jesus was not accepted in his hometown, and as said in the passage in the Gospel, could not do deeds of power there, except for curing just a few. And that was the beginning of Mark chapter 6. And then more recently in the Gospel, Jesus challenges the Pharisees for being caught up in their own laws while neglecting the commandments. Which brings us to our Gospel passage. Jesus is in the region of Tyre and Sidon, non-Jewish territory, and thus Gentile land. Jesus did not want anyone to know he was there, possibly a sign that Jesus just simply wanted a break. However, that did not last long. To state that the woman who approached Jesus was Gentile and Syrophoenician emphasizes she was not among God's chosen people. Jesus' words to the woman do not come across as being very charitable at all, and appears to be brushing her off. Referring to Gentiles as dogs was an expression used by some Jewish writers at the time. It was not intended to be complimentary. Yet, in the face of all this, the woman turns the conversation in her favor. The woman's willingness to accept even the scraps of Jesus' blessings is a sign of her faith in Jesus. And yes, the woman's child is healed. While this demonstrates God's power in Jesus, it just as importantly shows Jesus has come for the Gentiles as well. Being among God's chosen people, Israel, is not the key for relationship with God. Having faith in God through Jesus Christ is the key. Our passage demonstrates God's divinity in Christ Jesus, a sign of God's kingdom being for all people. We give thanks for this gift. Let us live out of this gift, witnessing God's inclusive love and how we care for each other.